Just answer the question of the day. Let me answer it too, you know. So
I just seen them, or I seen like that whole group of people, and they help. Yeah. So like that first event, bro. That event at Council. Shout out to Dr. T for putting that together. Yeah.
that was so
And then
funny,
just
man.
like your eyes got big every time you. Me personally, like my eyes got big every time I saw somebody coming through the door. Like, oh man, we got another black person. Like, bro.
Bro, they were saying
like,
the same thing. I'm like, damn, I didn't know this many black developers. out
Right,
there.
right.
bro.
And like just kind of coming in and out. And like what's really cool about that, because I think it does a couple things. One, it lets you know who your crowd is. Because obviously the people that were coming there, they was like, this is what we're looking for. But two, the people who weren't coming there and like just came to tag along with a friend or something, were like, oh, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like it sparked their curiosity as well.
Right.
And it's like, what do you guys do? And like, who are you? And so that's I guess a big plus too. That's a big plus too.
Because it gets people want to be involved with stuff like especially when we started gaining a social media presence like Music City Tech, how they wanted to be involved and they got us involved with them.
Yeah.
So I think the Black Coast is a good thing. Like,
Now when you say social media presence, what you mean? Where can we find the Black Codes?
Oh, you can find them on Instagram at the Black Codes, LinkedIn, the Black Codes, and Facebook.
Are there any underscores in there? Any like? No, okay. We straight out. We
put it in
like
the Black Codes. Yeah,
I'm surprised nobody had that name. Like,
actually, I might be lying. I think it's the Black Dot Code. I don't remember, man. Let me check. Let me check real quick.
I can finish this one after.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. What got you into coding?
I think there were a lot of factors involved. One, because I kind of grew up with it in my family. Like my father was a program analyst, and he worked for a multitude of companies, like the international paper, FedEx, like all of those things. So I'd always been around like computers and technology. Then also like the generation I grew up in was like that video game, Nintendo, Sega Genesis, like that whole era where like we going to a friend house, like we doing one or two things. We playing outside, or we hopping on Sonic, Mario, you know, Ninja Turtles, like all that stuff. And so I kind of like it became ingrained in my life. And maybe not even consciously, but just knowing like, oh, this is what we're gonna do. Like we're gonna hoop for a little bit, and then we're gonna play like Super Nintendo or Dreamcast or like Nintendo 64.
Okay.
And really like getting excited about those things, trying to understand like how can I flip that into like a skill or industry, because my pops always got me, he was like, man, you build a skill set. He kind of hammered that into me, something to always fall back on. And of course he provided the example, which I'm grateful for, but like from there I was just kind of like, all right, let's enter this field, because like my journey took a lot of twists and turns. Like the tech industry again is so vast. Like you have hardware, software, and then you have like breakdowns of that. So when I got into the military, I did cable maintenance installation. And so the guy, I don't know if you ever seen the guys climbing up on the telephone poles.
I see.
Like we used to do that. And so like when we deployed and they took me overseas, it like they had laid down all the infrastructure like in Afghanistan and all that stuff, and so really they just needed us in different spots. And so I ended up pairing with a lot of contractors who were learning Cisco networking, Cisco routing, like just help desk, ticketing systems, like not knowing that like all of this stuff was like kind of used back in the States already. Like these were skills that people had already used. So fortunately I was able to grab like a ton of experience from that, like because that was my whole job, day in, day out, like testing routes, making sure they were secure, making sure like communication lines were secure with SIPR and NIPR, like military communications, and then just kind of configuring Cisco routers as well. And so when we came back, I was able to get a job off that. But like when I got a civilian job, like there were multiple departments. So you had tech networking, you had like the software engineering side, and so like it's wild. Like I would get up and explore, like of course like meeting people in this job that I got, like and seeing what those guys over like and the other side of the department was doing, like on the software side, and they were building scripts for Linux, and you know, just to kind of control like how the hardware behaved and what it did. And I was just configuring it. I was like, man, you can do that? Like y'all all doing that in one place? Like it just kind of blew my mind. And so at that point, like my curiosity led me to investigate on my own. And that's when I really started learning to like code by myself and utilize resources. Cause I always like, we had always been good at looking stuff up on the internet, and like really that's one of the keys to development. Like being, you know, how good, how good are you Googling?
Man, I wish my story was as good as yours.
What? Like, bro, no, it's really like it's very. I feel like it's very plain. Like I feel like that's the common thread as far as a lot of people that I meet now. And that's what another thing I love about this industry is like you, as long as you're a self-starter and like you have genuine curiosity for this, like your ceiling, there's no ceiling for you. There's no ceiling for you, black, white, whoever you are. Like so.
Yeah, it's like I said the word of yours, you know. Yeah. Man, my story is not as like good as yours, or maybe I just can't explain it as well. But basically, me, Glenn, one of the Black Coach members, we just wanted to make a website talking about artists. It was called All Out Grind because we wanted to tell people that, you know, there's more than one grind. Like, this person does more than one thing. So, you know, we bought a website, Squarespace, and we're just dragging and dropping stuff. Like, that's just cool. Glenn tells me, hey, man, there's some things that we can't do. And I'm like, what is it? And he's like, I can't do these colors, I can't move this picture, and just certain things. And he said, we might have to learn how to code. And I'm just like, okay. Got into it.
Like, that's no big deal. We can do that. Like, that's
I didn't think it was a big thing. Got into it, you know, HTML, CSS. I'm like, still no big thing.
Like, bro, we knocking this out.
Bro, JavaScript, you know what I'm saying? What is that? What's console log? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is this stuff? Like, I was ready to give up, but I was like, nah, let's just keep going, man. And ever since then, like, the fascination with like JavaScript led me to other programs like PHP, C#.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole.
Yeah. So it's like, it kept me intrigued. It just kept me going and wanting to learn more. And that's when I started meeting new people. We started reaching out to go to these meetups and things to meet people to teach us, like, how do these things work together? Yeah. You know, because like we learn it, but we don't know how to put it together. Yeah. So we just met those people and they kind of showed us the way, guided us. And then, you know, like we eventually started getting deeper into it. We're like, forget the website. We just want to code a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. See what we can build.
Yes,
see what we can build.
Exactly. And then that led me into the back end. Yeah. Which I love the back end. It's a kind of a love-hate relationship sometimes. It's just like, damn, why you didn't just save the data the way I wanted it? You know what I'm saying? But when it does, it's like, yes, I love it. Like, we got data coming in. We can push it out. Like, so. Yeah, I'm a back end guy, but I also like the front end too. Like, you know, because people like you, Glenn, you know, y'all make it look beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, man.
I think that's really good.
Yeah.
I think that's really good.
All right. Well,
I guess we'll end on that.
Yeah.